restless when you're fun, cause you're desperate. Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison?
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you this look that I got using the Facecandy Atlantis palette. So if you'd like to see how I did it, just keep on watching. So starting off, I took the shade Ripples and I used the Profusion dual-ended brush and I ran that right into my crease.
What's your pleasure? Oh, my city, she never sleeps, my city, she never weeps, my city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh, give it up for my city, oh, oh, give it up for my city, oh.
Next, I took the shade Oceanic on the same brush and I put that into my crease as well, but I just did a light wash of this color. Next, I went in with the shade Deep Sea on an e.l.f. blending brush, and I put that into my crease to further deepen it.
Here we are, all the freaks and believers, all the sweet neon dreamers. Oh, my city.
Then I wasn't really liking how that first shade kind of disappeared, so I added more ripples to the top of those colors. Then I took the shade Empire on the Bodyography Pro shader brush, and I put that on the inner and outer third of my eyelid. Then I went back in with that first blending brush and I helped to soften out the edges.
When you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, cause you're desperate.
Next, I took the shade Tsunami, which was probably one of my favorite colors from the whole palette, and I started packing that in the center of my eye, but not the exact center, just in the center where my blank skin meets that Empire color, and leaving the very, very center blank.
Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison? What's your pleasure? Oh, my city, she never sleeps, my city, she never weeps, my city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh, give it up for my city, oh, oh, give it up for my city,
Now for the center of my lid, I took the shade Tidal on the same brush, and this color was absolutely beautiful and they blended together really well. Next, I went back in with the shade Deep Sea on the Aesthetica, I think this is like a liner brush, and I ran that right along the top part of that shimmer shade to help define the crease more. Then to deepen up the inner and outer thirds of my eyelids, I went back in with the shade Empire. Then I went in with the shade Whitecaps and I highlighted my brow bone using a flat shadow brush. Then to start off my lower lash line, I went in with the shade Abyss on that same flat shadow brush and ran it along my lower lashes. Then I went in with the shade Stormy Waters, and I repeated that same step, but not as low.
Where do you go when you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, 'cause you're desperate? Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison? What's your pleasure?
Then I went in with the shade Poseidon on a Be a Small angled brush, and I ran that along my lower lashes, but only from the inner corner to about halfway out. And I really wanted to utilize as many colors as I could out of this palette, and I ended up using every single one. Then for the outer half of my lower lash line, I went in with the shade Vanished on the same brush. And then finally, with that same brush, I took the shade Swell and popped that into my inner corner. And since this was the first time that I used this palette, I wasn't quite sure what I was expecting. I've never used this brand before either, and I have to say I'm really impressed. The colors are beautiful. They blended out so well. The metallics were pretty metallic, and then the mattes were pretty smooth and buttery and had a great blendability to them. And then I just popped on some mascara on my top and lower lashes. This is the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. And then I went in with the Colourpop Super Shock highlighter in the shade Flexitarian and just patted that on the high points of my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, the tip of my nose, and the bridge of my nose.
Where do you go when you're hot with a fever? When she's cruel, but you won't leave her. Oh, here we are, all the freaks and believers, all the sweet neon dreamers. Oh, my city.
And then finally for lips, I went in with this pretty vulgar, it's like a metallic liquid lipstick. I'm not sure of the shade right now, but I will have it in the description box down below.
She never sleeps, my city.
And that completes this look. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in my next one.